We're set for action.
And it looks as though we are about to get underway. Two superstars lock up. Another exclusive matchup for Coliseum Video. They're ready to get down to business.
Yes, I was impressed very much so by their attitude going into this match. They both said that they're going to give all their all. And I'm certainly looking forward to that. Well, it boggles my mind and everybody else's mind too.
First, they move in, collar and elbow. And boy, this crowd, they've been waiting for this encounter all night. We've got the power and skill.
Yes, and his fleet of foot too. Don't forget that, because speed is a very, very important factor in this particular match. Doesn't he look confident?
Oh. This is going to be some battle, I think, going out for Hayes.
He certainly knows how to strike most effectively. He may be in for a rude awakening here. I don't know so much so. He certainly knows what he's doing, Sean.
Well, two very interesting styles, meaning head-to-head here. Two very gifted superstars. And I think that they are going to have to use great tactic.
Yes.
In their vast vocabulary of wrestling moves.
Yes, some not even in the book.
And Lord Alfred Hayes, the superstars, very cautious at this point.
Indeed, one thing they've got to do, they've got to pace themselves. There's no getting on the outside and having a little respite for 2 or 3 minutes. You've got to be in there the whole time. One of the most important keys to success is being able to pace yourself correctly. You know, both do their homework very, very thoroughly on their opposition. So obviously they've looked, reviewed tapes, probably Coliseum tapes at that, to see how each has fared.
So we've got a great matchup here.
Indeed, we have.
It took a long way to get there, but I think we made our point.
Absolutely.
Well, I have a feeling that this is one encounter that is going to get picked up. Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan. They're doing a special broadcast this evening, Your Lordship. Of course, it's network.
That's very kind of them. But I'm still sure that Bobby Heenan gets paid for it.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't a charitable move on the Brain's part.
And the Gorilla's not far behind him, you know. He likes a good dance. Yes. Oh, he never picks up a tag if you go out free.
Lordship, a great match to him. As an exclusive encounter for Coliseum Video. And I know for a fact we are going to see some sparks in this match.
Yes, this is a plum of a match for Coliseum Video. They really have excelled themselves with this exclusive.
Surprised he wanted to stand toe-to-toe there. I'd like to end this in a hurry. He certainly would. Oh. And after seeing the action we've seen so far, Lord Alfred Hayes going to make a prediction and say this is going to be a tremendous exclusive matchup that is going to be included.
Yes, I must echo those words, Roy. I don't always like to agree with you, but sometimes you're forced to.
Alfred, you arrived here earlier than I did, and I see you got some color today.
Yes, I'm telling you. Very nice there.
So it's going to be a perfect day because not only did you get out in the sun, but you're going to see some great pro wrestling in action.
Yes, I saw all sorts of things on the beach, but very nice.
Folks on the edge of their seats here. And there is a clear example of the skill in the ring. He has worked very hard. Just practicing, perfecting his moves. And it's certainly paying off.
Absolutely, Sean. The execution of those moves, with you strung together, the timing was great. All the balance was correct. Shows you how he has, in your words, improved.
And not only skilled with wrestling moves, they're also very skilled at stretching the rules, shall we say.
A little deviation from the rules there didn't hurt anybody, really. But very, very sneaky, crafty wrestler. Sometimes with the referee's back turn will use some very, very dubious means.
He has very quickly scaled the ranks. He's definitely, Lord Alfred Hayes, one of the top contenders.
I would have to go along with that, Sean, because definitely.
Not that I admire or really like the way he behaves in the ring. But as far as his skill, I'll go along with how you feel about superstars. Although it's tough to do at times. I have to think that their personal behavior is part of it. But when you just speak solely on skill, I would say he's definitely one of the best.
Well, that's very gracious of you, and I'm sure that he'll have a few kind words to say to you, Sean.
No, he never has.
Oh, he doesn't? Well, he doesn't to me either, quite honestly.
No, that's for sure. Nasty leader.
Yes, he's a killer. He really is.
Nice.
The man's strong, and the man's strong, and they certainly are men.
Where men are men.
Yes, absolutely. He doesn't appear to have any weaknesses in his armor at all, though. He has great conditioning, Sean. He really is a superb man. We have to admire him.
Yes.
Who has shown us a lot of skills over the past. He's a very powerful performer, a very, very gifted wrestler. I certainly know that inside the ring, this man is a very, very aggressive performer, and he certainly has kept up a remarkable list of victories.
I've seen him in the ring long enough to know.
1, 2.
Anytime he can erupt. Great angle. About as close as I'd like to get to the action.
Yes.
1, 2.
And look at that shot, Sean. Our cameraman taking us right in the ring there. You were talking about great angles before. That was another good one. You cannot be closer to action than that in the World Wrestling Federation. That is surely a coup for a Coliseum video.
This is an exclusive matchup for Coliseum Video. Coliseum Video cameras bring us in close. We have a good look at that. Battle continues. This capacity crowd is really getting an action-filled match here.
And you know, Sean, I think the fans here are finding it difficult to really favor in this match. I think they're quite evenly divided on the two.
Well, both sides giving everything they've got. And you can see just the edges of fatigue sneaking in. But as far as the action goes, it's just as furious as when the bell first sounded.
They probably heard the young girl in here cheering for them with the fair maidens. Yes, I knew a fair maiden here once. Molly, her name was. A precious little girl.
Wait.
No.
No details. So you are in a real spry mood tonight.
Thank you, Sean.
Really taking advantage of the situation now. Using everything he's got.
I believe he's trying to step up the pace here. I think he's found maybe a faster pace is more to his liking.
A series of moves right there.
Great moves and counter moves and counter moves.
Yes, nicely explained, Alfred.
Yes, I don't think we're ever going to keep up with them, do you, Sean?
Only in slow motion.
Sean Beasley calling the play here.
Think about it, he never lets up.
He certainly doesn't.
Sees any opening, he goes right for it. And gets dismantled.
Yes. He is relentless. You're right, Sean. I like the choice of your wordage there. Dismantle. And that's what he does. He takes you apart.
1, 2.
Slow and calculating, but incredibly effective.
You do sometimes marvel at his courage. I mean, obviously, he's not only a great wrestler, but he does possess a great deal of grit. And obviously, resolution.
Well, you clearly saw that.
His intent on really destroying. He's doing a good job of that right now.
Really pays any attention to the referee as it is.
He doesn't speak the same language as referees, that's for sure.
Referee Again, difficult time trying to keep things under control.
The referee here has his hands full in this encounter. Both indulged in illegal tactics so far. Larry Davis getting a little fed up with this right now, trying to keep some sort of order. How difficult that is. You know, one thing they have both of them is that as youngsters they played rugby.
Really?
Yes.
Well, fortunately, I have to say it's a great sport.
It is. I know that you've partaken in a few games of rugby.
People don't believe it. I stayed out at the end there and waited until they passed me the ball and I would run in and touch the ball.
You're a little modest. I know that you campaigned in Great Britain and in Europe as a rugby the 15.
We've got two men battling it out right now.
Devastating wrestler, is he not?
Certainly is.
He certainly has his wits about him at all times. And now you're seeing superb wrestling at his very, very best here by two complete masters. And look at this, bang, 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 it's like the stock exchange.
Boxing guys.
Well, the action now is really fast and furious. Both climbing into top gear. And I'm afraid that the referee is not equal to that particular speed. He's just by himself, one man in the ring. Really not enough.
Good hold of the reins at this point in this encounter.
Seems rather delighted with what he's doing.
Apparently he's accomplishing what he set out to do.
Some great moves here. He's beginning to establish himself in this bout. He's beginning to dominate. And once he does this, he's a tremendously good front runner. What a good situation our Coliseum cameraman had just then, right in the corner.
Would love to get another look at that.
So what he said that just now was trying to think the last time I saw, and I can't remember ever seeing this match. So this game plan seems to be working. Those are good tactics indeed. He certainly knows how to pull things out of the bag. A very uncouth fellow, but a great wrestler. He's languid.
Wait a minute, Lord Alfred Hayes. I'm going to tell you right now, I know that there's more to acquire. A copy of this exciting tape. You will listen to every moment. He's going to hear what you just said.
Well, that's what
I'm going to give you the opportunity to track this.
I don't
You said he was uncouth.
Yes, he is uncouth. I don't know that. He rather takes a pride in the way he can handle gutter language. He rather likes that. And the things he says, well, you couldn't possibly say them.
1, 2.
Even so, it doesn't detract from what he does inside the ring. He is a superb wrestler. That in itself, showing all that tenacity and resolve, as a superb effort.
No, I would agree with that point, but considering Lord Alfred Hayes, just how formal you are and how much you believe in that, was the point I was trying to get across, Lord Alfred Hayes.
See, that is a nice move.
It's only a different attitude adjustment. But few men can combat that move.
How true. Shown the heaviness of that blow, the crispness of his delivery. I don't care who you are, that was bound to really hurt you.
Well, I don't think too many individuals could have taken such a blow, but Your Lordship, you have suffered a few broken noses in your time.
There's a lot of sinew in the nose, and it does tend to be very flexible, especially if you've had it broken once or twice, and that can happen with close contact matches. Oh gosh!
I was involved in a rather intense squash.
1, 2. Count 2.
But obviously you had the best acceptance to put your nose out straight. Certainly, acting concede. And it makes me awfully jealous of you. Keep getting the nicest moves while I seem to get those, well, not so nice maidens.
I think you put that very nicely. Have you ever heard the term
1, 2, 3. Pinball.